floods in our school, and parking lots and lots of play area. Are you the one who be able to fix this problem?
You know, that is one of the things that we're working on, is working to improve our facilities. I would say that Markham is one of many schools where we have to do repairs, renovations, address things like flooding. It really boils down to money. We have a bucket of dollars that are called capital dollars. And capital dollars is what we use to fix up facilities. We use those dollars to buy technology in schools, buy school buses, band equipment, do ADA compliance in our schools. And the district, as many districts around the state, have been short on funding because the state had reduced our funding for capital. So ultimately, to get this fixed, I will continue to press and make the case that our students, all of you, and the other 262,000 students in Broward County need to be in world-class facilities in order for us to deliver world-class education. And so we'll continue to work on that, but it's going to be up to our state legislature. I would encourage you, your parents and your community, to write to your legislators, your elected officials, and continue to make the case for them that we need capital dollars to invest in our schools and invest in your future.
Would you describe your job as easy, hard, boring, fun, and why?
You know, first of all, I don't really look at it as a job. I look at it as a mission in life, and it's a mission to ensure that we live to our principles in this country and this state when we say that all of our students deserve access to high quality education. That's not just a job. It's a mission, it's a principle, it's a fundamental tenet for our democracy and what makes America what it is. And so, you know, I'm real passionate about it. I think it's an opportunity and a privilege to serve, to work on behalf of our community, and to help create a great future for our children.
How would you help kids do better in schools that struggle?
How would I help them do better? I think many of the things that are going on here in Markham are, you know, is an example of how we make education work for all of our students. So first, we focus on students that are struggling, making sure that we provide the right type of interventions, the right type of support. We work with their families to the extent that we can. And while we're doing that, we need to raise the bar for all students while we're in that process. But one of the key things that we've got to do is to start early. Start early in early childhood, in our early primary grades. And I think one of the most fundamental things that we need to make sure that students get on track with is literacy. Being able to read and comprehend at a very early age is absolutely critical. Parents can make a huge difference in that. I had a conference this weekend called Ed Talk, where we had parents, students, community representatives, business leaders, faith-based leaders come together. And I had a real interesting experience. There was a 2-year-old child at the event, and I spent some time talking with him, and he could actually read, he could write his name, he could write all the letters of the alphabet. I mean, he was 2 years old. So we know that it can happen if we provide the right kind of support to our students.
So how would you describe the facilities here at Markham?
You know, I would describe Markham as a place that has a great facility. You know, it's well maintained. You're doing very well with what you have. Hopefully in the future we'll be able to upgrade the facility. But I would say it's not the facility that makes a great school. It's the people in the school. It's the students. It's the hardworking teachers you have and your commitment to giving you a high quality education, and the administrators that provide the leadership to create a culture and environment where everyone can succeed.
That's cool. Would you say that Markham is almost in perfect condition?
No, I mean, in terms of the physical school, the actual buildings or something, is that what you're suggesting, or which?
Like, does it need a lot of work or does it need like a small amount?
You know, I'm really not sure, but what I will tell you that we will do this year, it's my goal to embark on a district-wide study, which we call an assessment, where we're going to have some professionals, so architects and engineers, go around this district to every single one of our school facilities and do an assessment of what needs to be updated, what needs to be replaced, what needs to be repaired and renovated. And they'll take that information back, and we'll have an inventory for every school and an accurate inventory of what needs to be done. So when we say we need X amount of dollars to fix things at Markham or another school, we'll know that that's the right number.
How much money would you allocate to ensure that Markham's facilities are as wonderful as the teachers, which includes the technology and the classrooms?
Again, I don't know what that number is. I just know that there's a need, and those are topics and things that we're absolutely focused on. I can tell you that, you know, as a superintendent in this district, along with our school board members, it's a top of mind priority for us to figure out how we're going to address our facilities, our technology needs in the district, because we know that, you know, you need that. You come from a world that is very different today than, you know, when I went to school, and that is a world that is pretty much dominated by technology and social media. You're basically raised on those things. So we need to adapt our school buildings, infrastructure, to make sure that we have technology in place. But I would say this though, technology will never, in my view, be a replacement for the positive relationship that must exist between a teacher and a student. Your teachers, their role may change with technology and what they do and how they incorporate technology into learning, but technology will never be a substitute for high quality teachers in your school. That's the first thing that we need to get right. So my primary focus is how do we support our teachers, give them the skill sets and supports that they need to be as successful as possible. We put a lot of challenges and burdens on our teachers, and fortunately Broward County has had a fantastic group of teachers and educators who respond to challenges and work to help ensure that, you know, our children are growing each and every day.
How would you describe the teachers here at Markham?
So far, I see teachers that are committed, talented, and I think most of all, as they continue to work together, you'll continue to see improvements in the school, improvements in student outcomes. It's always been my philosophy that if the adults in the school aren't learning and working together, then it's going to be challenging for the students to learn. So, I think that you have a relatively new principal, you've got good administrators here, and I think the leadership is in place to help our teachers be the best that they can be, and when they're successful, you'll be successful.
What about your assistants? How many would you need to go like all around Broward County?
When you say assistants, are you thinking about administrators, clerks, or secretaries? Well, let me answer it this way for you. I don't run the school system by myself. There are 27,000 employees approximately in Broward County. About 14,500 of them are teachers. And the rest are individuals that are either, bus drivers, food service workers, custodians, clerks, guidance counselors, social workers, principals, assistant principals, other administrators. All those individuals are there to make this system work, to support what goes on in our classroom, and provide all those services that make the district function. So it takes an entire village, it takes a great team to make sure that our school systems run properly. All right, well, it's been a pleasure being on your show today. Thank you for having me at Markham. It's a great school, and I think that it's going to continue to be successful with great students such as the two of you. So keep up the great work, and I'll be back at Markham at some point.